Alright, Vipers Whip back with more FM26. I don't know who we're playing. Nottingham Forest. Um, Bloody right I am. We've won 2 games in a row, 3-2 and 3-0. So this is a short trip here between these 2 games. So looks like McInnes. Oh yeah, she was injured for 1 or 2 days. I'm gonna keep her on the bench because fit you can play like 30 minutes or something. So yeah, we've got a bunch of fit people, 2 of them anyways. Someone wants her? What? Spurs want? Really? She is a decent keeper, a decent backup, but if I can sell her in January, that would be a first time ever. Spurs are in the... I'm not sure which league Spurs are in, actually, at this point. I've repressed all memory of my previous stuff. So we're going to put... Who in for McInnes? I'm gonna start... Shiva's a good option for a sub, but her shooting is kind of shit, and Watson's an up-and-coming, wonderful player. Let's get her on the pitch, and you get better by playing. So she's normally available. Oh, I haven't made her available. I like to do that. Get her out on the pitch a bit more. And 45 doesn't... They play the day before. It doesn't really move the needle on whether she's good to go or not. I'm not... Atkinson's been getting pretty tired lately. I feel like we haven't... needed Murphy. I don't know if we've put Murphy on the field yet. So we'll just swap in Jones there. And Katie Watson is apparently not in great game shape. That's one of the reasons you got to get her playing with the under 21 team. All your subs should play with the under 21 team for 45 minutes or so. We don't have any good options at this point in time. Until the media starts extolling our virtues, we don't have a good option to make everyone happy. Or our fans, I guess. So again, we do all this because I don't know if it helps, but it has to, right? It has to. And we don't tackle these ones hard because they're in the box. And we've seen that bug us before. And I don't have any evidence that this worked. But if we do this, I've seen it suggested that running at the defense would work. So why not try it? And it can be risky because we'll get a play-by-play before this fires, but no, we got it off this time. We're going to lose this ball probably because we started with it, but that doesn't always happen. Oh, there we go. And oh, we stole it back. It's a journey one. What's going to happen here? There's no telling what will happen after this. There's Brown putting it across. Oh, Atkinson puts it off the post. Very unlucky for her. It should end unless we're getting another crack at it. Looks like we're getting another crack at it, but it's all on the board now. So, oh, she's going to try and see if Brown can put it in. Or Scar, rather, on the far side. There's Katie getting a shot. Oh my god, corner. Wow, that was 3 good chances in a row there. Nothing on the corner, though. Still not good on corners. It's not my fault. We can't sign any really good tall players right now. But we'll get, and I'm going to butcher the name forever, Tachanka in the off-season. Although she's not quite the tight end that she has been in the past. So we'll see what happens. There comes... Oh my god! Oh my god, that almost went in. Priscilla, oh my fucking god. I want to clip that highlight. If that had gone in, can you imagine? Goal of the decade. 25 yards out, bicycle kick, off the crossbar and in. That would have been amazing. I wonder what Forrest is thinking. I mean, this could be their highlight, but all the highlights so far have been mine. Westrup almost got that ball. Kitching does get it. And here's Atkinson running up the field. She can... Oh my... That's a red card. That's a red card. She was going up the field. No card? What the fuck? Well, here's Kitching. Not going to save that. Thanks for that highlight. She was gone up the field without that tackle. It's at least a yellow. This may seem weird, but where can I see if there's a yellow card on these people? I don't know. Okay, whatever, anyways. Oh, I just skipped that highlight apparently. Scar playing the ball in. We don't have good headers, and that was way over on the far side. But Atkinson's out here, and she can shoot. There we go. Lovely. Atkinson is like, you want to trip me going up the field, bitch? Let's do this. So, yeah, and that should have been at least a yellow. Maybe there's a ref that will watch this video and tell me if I'm wrong or not. And there we go. Very nice. Relentless pressure. We're not getting a lot of shots on target. Must be Finn missing the net. Scar gets back up to take this, and she puts it back out to Brown, to Finn. No, 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 don't do it. Don't do it, don't do it, don't. Okay, good. Kitching can head the ball in there. She can. Goalie gets some hands on it, but not enough. And now we can praise our team. And look, yeah, Atkinson is breathing hard already. I'll swap her at halftime probably. Because you don't want to play somebody who's fit for 60 minutes. You want to play them for like 45 minutes. So I'll put Brown in. Jones in a bit later. So very good play there. Scar and Watson didn't like the praise. Dale's going to start getting pissy soon, and it's going to cause a rift. But Priscilla's a star player, and you can't take her out. And there we lost the ball. So this is probably their highlight, unless it's another journey one. Atkinson's going back like a demon, but can't stop the pass over. Eternally open. She's going to take a shot, and the rebound. Very unlucky for our goalie. Just bad luck there. Just bad luck there. I'm not... they haven't had enough pressure for me to really care about that. And here's Atkinson. She's a human highlight reel. Let's go. Plays it over to Priscilla, who puts it back against the grain, but off the crossbar. Both our wingers are having problems. We have good backups for both of them. Alright, Kitching, what can you do here? We're doing near post and we only have Westrip. Oh my god! A corner goal. So who got their head on it there? Westrip got their head on it. Beautiful save by the goalie, and just that's why you put people on the back post. What a goal. Westrip getting her head on that. Very unlucky not to score. Good job by Westrip. And we end a highlight. There's not a lot of time left, so I don't think this is a back and forth. This is our chance here. Because if the ball comes back, it would be stopped. And Finn tries a shot, hits the crossbar. Finn, I've told you not to fucking shoot. She can't... I've seen her score like 2 goals in a season. And I don't know how many shots she takes, but it's not... She's not good. She's a good defender. A very bad... And you can go to tactics and make your subs here. And look, they didn't even really heal up here. Scar did a bit, so... Looks like we'll probably have a few people to change next time, so we'll just do this for now. Barry's good on the right, not on the left. Scar, and back to you. Yeah, oh, Finn, okay. Scar. Let's go. Looks like she's clear for a cross. There's a few people in there. She gets dispossessed, but we get the ball back. Head it back in. Oh my god! Kitching has put 2 in off her head. Chipped that over the goalie with her head. Kitching, what a beast. What a beast. She's honestly a good advanced mid striker. She is really good at it. I think there's better options. We want a wonder kid there. Should I try and keep Kitching for another year? Because imagine her as a sub. What have we promised her? I think she's a fringe or something, so yeah, what a goal. What a goal. And we're kind of running rampant on Forest. They got lucky on their goal. They have had 5 shots, so let's give them some credit. I can't take Kitching off. People get pissy when you take off somebody that is on a hat trick quest. So we'll take off 2. I have another stoppage. Well, it doesn't count as a stoppage if you do it at the half, which is why you do them at the half if somebody is like this. But Barry is fantastic. I don't mind swapping out Barry. I'm not going to do her unless she scores her 3rd goal. And we're always happy to get our captain on the field. And they're still all happy from the last chant or something. That'll go now, and we can praise. And I'm gonna give Pierce and Finn a few more minutes. If she goes down bottom, then I will take her off. I have 3 more. Well, no. Do I have 2 more subs? Yeah, because I swapped one. So I could take Pierce and Finn and leave Kitching on. Honestly, she's in a better position. How many, if I were to do... Two subs. They're both playing well. I'm gonna wait. What a save. Oh, she didn't have to, but it looked good. You can see how resilient people are when you're playing well and you're winning the game. Like, not like how hard they've been holding on to that level because they're playing really well. Here we just stole the ball again. Let's see what we can do. Kitching. Barry, let's see what Barry can do. She's a good player. She's a loner, but she's not a wonder kid though, so I don't want to pay to keep her. That's a good save. Had to extend. We're getting a corner. Can we get a highlight? No, we can't. Can't get greedy. We scored on 1 corner already this game. And let's see. They started with the ball, but it looks like they're going to get a shot here. They're holding her to the outside, so she's got to cross it in, and there's plenty of options there. And we passed it to them. That was an interesting play by, who was that, Riglar? Oh yeah, run with the ball back. You're going to score 2 goals. And who did that? Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. I can't see. Oh, they're trying to stop me from castigating one of my players. There's 10 minutes left. She can play. She might score. I'm going to change a couple of people starting from defense as I do. Let's get Gilmore out there. Let's get Greenwood out there. And that's all I can do. I'm gonna try and do more. Let's see. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Gilmore gets there. Plays it up to an open Barry. The wingers are always open in this game, no matter what you tell everyone else to do. And she takes a shot. Fair enough. It's like Pierce is in bad shape, but we finish up the game. 4-2 over Nottingham Forest. Couple of bad players there that had a very bad game. They're going to get questions about that. I don't remember that goal. I do remember these ones, but yeah, excellent. I'm very happy. And let's see what I've been skipping over this screen. I want to see what the comments are. Worth every penny. We're better team when playing what? We've never played that, so not sure what that person's talking about. There's always critical people on everyone. Kitching, love kitching, love kitching, kitching. Yeah, well, they're all positive that time. Can we just scroll through them like this? I guess, yeah. No, I'll go back here. And that's not about us. Why is it showing up there? This should be your team only in this, like in this screen where it's you're in your game still. We move into top spot. Player of the week, Katie Kitching. How many times has she had that in her career? She's 27. Fringe player. Playing mainline minutes. So very good for her. I'm gonna go check the training calendar. And we don't have a game this coming week. This could be a short episode. Honestly, I don't want to sim 10 days. Let's go look at the competition though. I want to see how everyone's doing. So there's another team, Birmingham, no big surprise at 9 points. There are competition for getting promoted. It's not showing the playoff. I don't know. There was a comment. Yeah, I think he had to remove the playoff games to make this work, which is why we need Sports Interactive to put the leagues in instead of Modder. Because normally there's a blue line here and a blue line here. And so if everything were to end today, for example, they haven't even started playing yet. If everything were to end today, Birmingham would play Spurs. And if Spurs wins, they stay up. But if Birmingham wins, Birmingham would go up. But he had to take that playoff out of here, which makes it very hard because you have to come first to go up. I honestly would have preferred if the modder had made 2 go up and 2 go down instead of taking out the playoff. Just make 2 go up and then you would have Spurs and West Ham go down. They haven't played yet, so that's instead of taking out the playoff. Because now this is very hard. It's honestly, I think we'll win the league. I'm not too worried about it. But that makes it more difficult because you don't have that playoff game. So maybe I'll leave a comment on the mod page on Steam, but that's a little harsh. All of these leagues only, well, it looks like this one. Well, this isn't the league they'd be, like, it looks like these leagues send 2 down and only 1 up. So I guess 2 would come up from the lower league, which is not in the game. So I have no idea what's going to happen to these teams when they get relegated. I'm going to write down the names. Well, near the end of the season, I'll write down the names of the teams getting relegated. I want to see if they just disappear into the void and get replaced, or if nothing happens without the leagues below to catch them. In the men's leagues, the women's leagues, there's fewer leagues, but in the men's leagues, you can just go down to like where you're playing against friends that play on those days. It's any team that plays on Saturday, I think. Organized football on Saturday. So the FA Cup for the men is truly amazing. The first couple rounds. First of all the under 19 teams that play on Saturday, under 21 teams, and then all the organized teams in England. So the Metro Police have their own Saturday team, and they run out with their helmets on and stuff. It's very funny. If you go see YouTube videos of them coming out on, they take their helmets off for the game, but they run out all decked out in their police uniforms. It's amazing. It's amazing cinematography. I don't know if they do that anymore. It was kind of an old school thing. But the FA Cup is amazing. And that's where you get... Because when you're in cup games, you're playing maybe 3 games in a week sometimes. Particularly for those Premier League teams where you're playing in Europe, you're like for the top teams, you're playing in Europe, you're playing in the FA Cup, the league, Carabao Cup or whatever it is at the top of the men's one there. Like, you've got a lot going on, and there's a tendency in those first couple rounds where you're not playing the best teams, unless you got really unlucky in the draw, to rest your best players because you need them for the Champions League or you need them for your own league, right? In the Champions League, obviously you're playing top teams from all across Europe. In the league, you want to win the title or not get relegated or whatever situation you're in. You want to climb up the table more than you care about the FA Cup necessarily, when you should be trouncing this random Saturday league team. So this is when teams, particularly in the Vanarama National South and North and the National League, those are the bottom of the semi-pro leagues, and in the National League you might be a pro team, but in the South and North it's normally semi-professional. There might be a couple players who only play football on there, but other players that have regular jobs and they play football as well. And you do get some of that in the National League as well, but mostly it's the National League, there's more professional teams there. But those are the teams that they get up. When Man City or Chelsea or Arsenal or whoever rolls into town into this tiny, like, who has the game is random as well. It depends on what side of the draw you're on. So you have teams showing up at Wrexham. You have teams showing up at Oxford City. and these are small places, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 maybe people, and there's very little space for your fans. There's only one end that they sell away fans. Otherwise, you have to be local, and then you get the 3/4 of the arena is yours, stadium. And so it's loud because it's an enclosed space, like, and it's not louder than 60,000 people singing or whatever if they're all on one side, but it's more intimate, like, yeah, so it can be pretty crazy. So it's really fun for those teams that get a chance to play those huge teams coming to town. It's always a sellout. It's a wild atmosphere outside the arena, and those players get up. They try harder for these FA Cup games than they will in their league games, because how often do you get to say, for these players that are never going to play in the Premier League, most of them, like 99% of the players that play in the VNS or VNL or whatever are never going to play in the Premier League, even the Championship probably. So when you get one of those teams from the Championship or the Premier League rolling into town, you play your ass off. You play with heart and you just go nuts. And there's been some pretty great FA Cup upsets in the past, because every team in England plays in that. It's a just wild atmosphere, and it's in the third round when the big teams go in. And if you've survived to that point and you get one of those teams coming to your small place, oh my god, it's epic. It's epic. So yeah, really fun FA Cup. If you want a good time, go and look up for FA Cup upsets on YouTube or whatever, and you can just see how much it means to those fans. They celebrate it like they won the goddamn league. And no question as to why. Because if you get to take out one of those big teams out of the FA Cup, like, those are knockout rounds. It's only in like the semi-final when you play a home and away. So, or maybe the quarterfinal, I don't remember. But yeah, it's pretty epic. It's a lot of fun. So go look up FA Cup upsets on YouTube and you'll get some really good results. Anyways, that's it for this one, because I don't want to do 10 days. I just did 10 days of droning. I could have continued the whole time and been on the next part of it. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll pick you up on the next one, and we're going to pick up the number of games going on, because the League Cup starts in a couple of weeks in the game. I think in very early October it starts. So look for the League Cup. We'll see who's in our group. We've been unlucky and had Man City or Man United both of the last times I was bothered streaming this. So yeah, I don't know who we'll get this time, but yeah, we have to hope for some fortune, because only one team goes up from any group. So we have to hope for some fortune when there's a big dog in the tournament. And this game doesn't really convey what it's like to have Man City or somebody roll into town and I'm saying this as playing as Oxford City or whatever when I play the men's lower divisions, because there's not much separation between Man City and us. Nobody in the WSL is going to be shocked if a WSL 2 team beats them. Obviously, if you're Man City or one of the top teams, you're going to be a bit embarrassed, but it's not like you went down 6 divisions and got beat in somebody else's arena. So it's a little bit different. I do wonder if in the FA Cup, when we get to that, which comes a bit later, if those divisions he added are going to play in it, if he added that into the game. they struggled to get this game out. You can tell they've had some major patches already. I think the game is in a decent spot. I enjoy it, but I'm playing the women's teams for the first time, and I like to imagine that the Sunderland women's team is better than they actually are. Well, the Sunderland men's team don't need my help. I would be playing Oxford City if I was playing the men, but they're not in the game either. You have to add them in with mods, so they have a lot is missing, and I don't know if it's Sega's fault. They switched to a new engine, but they took 2 or 3 years to build this one, and they left so much on the cutting room floor. Now, to their credit, they don't sell any DLC except the in-game editor. I think they gave us the pre-game editor for free, or maybe it was $5.99 or something. I can't remember. I had to pay for it. And the pre-game editor can be quite powerful. That's how they created the lower leagues here. I'm still talking. That's how they created the lower leagues, the modder. And I was able to actually give Sunderland a rich owner, which they do have a very rich owner. And I guarantee he didn't leave the women's team with $100,000 in transfer budget, and you're right up against the wage budget, and you're screwed if you don't sell Fenton and Griffiths. You can't do anything, really. There's a few players you can go get, but without Fenton and Griffiths gone, there's not a lot of room for new players. You don't need new players. So you can run out the season with those people. Fenton constantly missing the net. She's worse than Finn because Fenton shot more often than Finn does. And Griffiths was good on the left, but she's holding back Corbin, and Corbin is the best player you have from potential. She's 130, and the other people you have on your team, if you don't get Priscilla, are 126 or less. So she's only 4 more, but she's the best player you have on your team. I looked it up in the editor, right? So yeah, she is the best player that you have. She's short, so I'm not going to keep her for long, and she's not a wonder kid. The wonder kids start going into the 140, 150, and up from there. What I've seen from the editor, it's rare to go above 150. It's the really top flight players that make it over that, like the best players like Sam Kerr and those people like that. So yeah, it's she's your best player, and Griffith is standing in the way of that player. So you have to get rid of her. And Fenton is just crap, and she's standing in the way of McInnes, really, who's also better than her from potential. And she can start with 16 finishing, so get her on the field. You don't need Fenton there missing the net all the time. So yeah, this team is screwed unless you get rid of those two, and you need better defense and everything. So you need the owner to be reflected in this game. It's not, so you can do it with the editor before the game. So anyways, thanks. I'm gonna stop my rant or whatever that was now, and like and subscribe and leave a comment, and I'll talk to you next time.